These are the 3 true terrible hospital incidents. All these stories are real and it posted on Reddit. I was in the basement of the hospital, grabbing a new gurney as ours was ripped apart from a violent patient. It was 3 a.m. PICU was on the 3rd floor and it was locked down for the night. No visitors in the hospital. The basement storage unit was packed with stuff. So when I felt my shirt get pulled on, I assumed it got caught on an object. Then it happened again. Only this time I heard a little girl's voice, crystal clear, say, "I'm lost." My heart was pounding. I felt all the hairs on my body stand up, and I called my partner down to help with the gurney. I've talked to nurses, CNAs, and even some physicians who have had weird experiences, especially in the ICU and hospice side. I've worked in healthcare for over 20 years now, and I have a couple from working in nursing homes of seeing the figure in black shooting across the hall, and then in the next 24 hours, a resident will die, and then in less than a week, another one will pass as well. But my favorite story is this. I worked at a very small hospital, maybe 30 beds. It has been around for many years. In the basement is, of course, the old morgue. And there is one elevator that goes from the basement to the main floor outside the nurses' station. This elevator would come up in the middle of the night randomly, and the doors would open and all the staff would get up to go find the patient who just passed away. One night my co-workers and I were sitting at the nurses' station, and down the short hall to our right, we hear this TV come on and the volume is up as loud as it can go. One of my CWs and I walk down said hall to find the TV to turn it down. There is one room down that hall that maintenance has the door closed and do not enter signs on the door. After looking in all the open rooms, there is no other room but the closed one to look in. We open the door. There is nothing in this room except the TV. I walked in, turned the TV and said, "Stop that. There is a sick baby next door who needs to sleep, so please be quiet." I walked out and closed the door with no further incidents with the TV. I used to work on a floor back in the day. Had a patient who was being discharged the next morning, only on PRN pain meds, and hadn't had anything mind-altering all day. I go in his room at 3 a.m. and ask him why he can't sleep. He says, "I'm not hurting or anything. And don't get me wrong, I love kids. But why are y'all letting children run around the unit so late?" I asked what he was talking about. He said, "The kids in the dinosaur and cowboy costumes." I said I hadn't seen them, but I'll let the other staff know to send these kids back to their parents, thinking to myself, who the hell let them in here this late in the first place? I head back to the nurses' station and tell the charge, who has worked there for years. I tell him, "Hey, the dude in room XY said he can't sleep, 'cause some kids keep coming in his room." He looks at me and says, less alarmed than you'd expect, "Oh, the kids in the dinosaur and cowboy costumes." I asked a couple other more veteran staff, and they all had stories of patients telling them the same thing. If they were all messing with me, then half the unit and my patient were phenomenal liars. If you want part 2 of hospital stories, then comment. And in this video, let's aim 1,000 likes. Till then, bye-bye.